Now, most of these problems, I say determine whether the random variable is discrete or continuous. In each case, state the possible values of random come, the number of light bulbs that turn out the next week in room with 11 bulbs, the amount of rain in city B during April. Okay, first of all, the amount of rain, what is that? Is that counted or is that measured?
Measured.
So what is measured? Is measured continuous or discrete?
Continuous.
Continuous. What is eggs? So what is light bulbs? Counted. They're not measured. So if something is measured, it is continuous. If something is counted, it is what? Discrete. So you need to answer them according to that. Remember, measured. What is measured? Distance, volume, area, weight, height. What else? Okay? Those things, those are discrete. Now, what if they just give you numbers? Well, numbers are going to be fractions, decimals, and whole numbers. What is whole numbers by itself? That's counted. Counted, discrete. Measured, continuous. And you need to put under measured, you need to put decimals and fractions because that's in between the whole numbers. Okay? So that's that one. Capiche? Usually they do something like measure a tree or measure a fire hydrant, the height of a fire hydrant, the weight of a, volume of a swimming pool. That's continuous. Anything measured. And just remember eggs is discrete. And just compare whatever they give you to eggs or shoe size. Whatever you're given, compare it to eggs or shoe size or weight, if you want to use weight. All right, so that's that one. Good test question. Real sweet, short point, and it's non-mathematical, so 90% of you won't screw it up. Next one, I'll delete. Oh, come on, really? You're going to send them during class? Oh. 6.1. Oh, let's just do all your homework. Just part of it, right? 6.1.18, number 6.
You said you wanted us to participate.
Yeah, send them before class, not during class. And the probability distribution to the right here. Random variable, blah, 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 blah. Complete arcs A through F. God almighty, I hate these. Okay, first of all, I'm going to do I don't know what it's going to ask for, but I'm going to show you what I would tell you to do if you run into one of these on homework. Do everything. Do everything you can. Well, what's everything? Well, first of all, you got to check it to see if it's an actual probability distribution. Each one has to be between 0 and what?
1.
Are they?
Yes.
Yes. And then what?
They have to equal 1.
Add them up, and they have to equal what? 1. What if they don't? Then you just put does not exist, and you go on to the next problem.
Can I just interrupt? How do you get that to add to 1?
You hit the summation key right here, wherever you want it to add. I'd put it right here. And add, and these numbers right here, and enter.
Oh,
So you hit the summation, wherever cell you want it. You hit the summation key, and then you highlight whatever you want to add with the left button. Hold down the left button, and then hit enter. That's how you do it. And then from there, you can just Control C. If you're going to do the same thing with another column, you just Control copy and paste. Okay, now, how do you find the mean? We went over this last week. Well, how do you find the mean? The summation of x times what? Okay, I heard a little bit of I don't do good with mumble. Maybe some of y'all can read mumble and hear mumble. I can't hear mumble. Multiply x times what? P of X, I heard that one, thank you. Let's see if Oconee finally, they're green now. They only show up, 6 minutes after class starts. All right, so summation of X times P of X. So X times P of X. And I'll do the first one for you. The first one's going to be 0. Thank you.
You usually have to have that.
No, I'll fix it. I got it. Thank you. You're welcome. Hello.
Hello. Glad you just showed up. Glad you
She
could
was
show
really
up
here.
15 minutes before time.
I've been here trying to figure out this stupid camera. I'll vouch
I'm not
for
going to
her.
say anything. I'm just going to be quiet. You probably know 10 times more than 90% of the faculty and staff at Tri-County Tech now.
Also,
All right,
trying to-
I add those up. That woman didn't say anything.
Yeah, it's just like, taking that against you. She wrote that down for sure.
All right, add those up. I just had a meeting with the director here, and I asked him, I said, now the new president's going to be here on the 12th. Do you want me to 1, be here, 2, not be here, 3, be here and be quiet, 4, be here and not be quiet? He said, let me get back with you. He said, you don't need to say anything. You're right beside technology. Nobody's ever going to mess with you in the next 15 years. Because that's how long it takes Tri-County to get back to where we are. So nobody's going to mess with you for 15 years. I didn't think about that until after I walked out. I thought, that makes sense. All right, now, let's, where's center? There we go. There is the what? The mean. So let's color that yellow. So there's your mean. And what is the other most important number besides the mean? Standard deviation. How do we get it? Remember? You got to get, well, yeah, there's a square root in it. Good. You know, if y'all wrote this stuff down every day in a notebook, let's say, what would we call that? Notes. You know, if y'all did that and you could look back at them, that would be something. I need to start emphasizing that. Got a square root out of 10, 12 people. Square root. Yeah, there is a square root in it.
X squared times P of X.
X squared times P of X minus what? Mu.
X.
Right, mean raised to the what? Second power, right? Yeah, I had to help you out, didn't I? So what is it? X squared? Let me see it. Did you find it? I thought you found the formula. I think it's the square root of x squared times p of x minus mu squared. And that's the variance and then the standard deviation. So I'm going to take x squared, and I'll do that for you. Equals 0 squared. That's going to be 0. Did you find it? You're the one. Copy those down. And then this is going to be x squared times p of x. X squared times p of x. So I'm going to take this number and I'm going to multiply it by this number. Enter. Copy that down. And then, like I told you a while ago, if you want to copy this over, hit Control C, as in Charlie, and hit Control V, as in Victor. And there's your part of your variance. So now, what is the variance? Let me put mean right here. Oh my Lord. I hate typing. Okay, go down here and I'm going to put variance. Now the variance is going to be equal to this guy minus, parentheses, this guy raised to the what? Second power. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you got to refer to that thing, what's it called again?
Notebook.
Notebook, yeah. Where you took, what are they called?
Notes.
Notes in the previous
Lecture.
class thing. Thank you. All right, and then the standard deviation is always the what of the variance. Yep. Equals this number raised to the 0.5 power. Now, I have no idea what the homework question is asking, but that's what I want you to know for the test. Now, whether you do this on the calculator or whether you do it on a spreadsheet or whether you do it by hand, I don't care how you do it. But this is what I want you to be able to do for 6.1. Got it? Now, they may ask you a question like this. This is another test question. What is the probability of one event happening? 57%. What is the probability of at most one event happening? At most means 0 and 1, so that's going to be 842. Okay, what is the probability of at least 2 events happening? What are you going to add up then? 2, 3, 4, and 5. At least 2 means the lowest number is what? 2. So those are the questions they're going to be asking you, as well as the mean and the standard deviation. Okay, so write all this down so you'll have it, because I'm not going to. I'll pull up. Let's see if I can pull up the question. Okay, is this discrete? Well, one event happened. What is the probability of one event, 2 events, 3 events, 4 events? But we've got decimals, so the probability, what's it going to be on this one? Okay, I'm sorry. And this is discrete probability because at least one probability, all the probabilities are between what? 1, 0? No, inclusively, let's see. Product sum of the probabilities is 1, and this is 0 and 1. Okay, yes or no? So write that down. Okay? And if they want you to graph it, oh my gosh. Okay, go back here, highlight these 2, and do a what? Just do a scatter plot. Okay, so it's high on the left-hand side, right? So let's go back over to the handy-dandy. Which one is high on the left-hand side? Looks like C. Next. Describe the shape of the distribution. Skewed right, because all the data is on the what? Left. Okay. Oh, this is skewed right. And it is what? Does it? I can't see. Let's see. One mode.
I didn't see one.
Well, what they're saying is there's one event here, 2 events, that's the probability, 3 events, that probability. I don't really know what that means anyway. Compute, and look at there, the mean. What is our mean? I told y'all to write it down. Thank you for following directions. You're the one. I know. You should have mumbled it. Which of the following interpretations of the mean is correct? I have no earthly idea. This is one of those Philadelphia lawyer questions. 0.92 marriages. That means, what's 0.92 marriages? 1. Okay, so, poor old ratio. 1 marriage. So I don't know what the question's asking. I guess represents the number of individual age 15 or older that have been involved. 15? Ooh! 15 or older to be involved in. 1 marriage. Ooh! That would be 1 marriage. So somebody read all that and tell me which one that says the average is 1 marriage. Does it say that? 1 would expect the mean number of averages to be the mean of the variable. The mean of the marriages by the mean of the random deviation, mean of most individuals. I would say it would be the one says mean number to be the mean, marriages to be the mean, expect mean, expect. I'm trying to see the difference. 15 years or older surveyed, if any number of individuals, I would say A. It's either A or B. Yep. If many individuals age 15 or older surveyed, one would expect the mean, one would expect the mean. So if any number or if many, y'all knock yourself out on figuring that one out. If many or if any. Just remember many, that's the one you go with. All right, standard deviation. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on splitting hairs. Okay, I want you to find the numbers. Tell me the standard deviation, somebody.
0.73864.
0.87.
No, 0.7.
0.7.
386.
0.7386 is good enough. 7.
Just one decimal place.
What? 0.7. That's what I care about. Good gosh. What is the probability that the randomly selected individual 15 years old was in 2 marriages? Point what? 127? No coughing, please. 0.127. And then it's going to say 1 or more. At least 2. What does at least 2 mean?
V2.
Okay, so there's 13 cent, 16 cent, 16 something. What is it? 0.16 what? Add those 4 up. What do you get?
.158.
0.158?
Yes, sir.
Is that F or do we go to Z?
That's it.
All right, let's do a nerd one because that's a good, except for the Philadelphia lawyer question, that's a good question. I don't have any problem with the rest of it. So if you can do all of these questions, except for, I don't care about that. What is that part? What is this one? The Philadelphia lawyer question. If you can do all of these questions except for the Philadelphia lawyer question, you're good with 6.1 as far as this material. So let's do a nerd. Give you 2 questions. All right, write this down. I don't care about what they're asking. I'm going to open it up in Excel, and I'll make it big enough for y'all to do or see. And then I want you to do everything I did. Make it bigger. There you go. All right, go ahead and do that. Remember to graph it because they want you to graph it. You can probably use your calculator too. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up right quick. I can look it up after you copy the numbers down and find out how to do a probability distribution with the calculator. So you'll have that. But go ahead and do it by hand at least, or by spreadsheet. Let's check to make sure before we even get started that it's a binomial distribution. Yep. Oh, just leave. Fine. Go ahead. Be mad. No stretching your neck in class. Wait. Well, don't tell it was that bad. Don't tell it out loud.
What's the
That was
difference?
your friend. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. What'd she do? Get kidnapped? She's not your friend anymore. Yeah, mine does too. She's a freak. Strange. Now that's recorded. Hope they didn't hear you. Okay. Wow. Doesn't surprise me though. People, like I put on Facebook many times, people have lost their damn minds. They have. Yeah, how do you not mean to send a video? Really? Yeah. Sounds like there's a little bit of attention deficit disorder there. And it's not the way I'm thinking, it's the other way.
Attention-seeking disorder.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
So I'm gonna give y'all another 2 or 3 minutes. And if you can't do it, just write it up as what? There you go. And remember, don't raise that bar, lower it. Because no matter how low that bar will go, Bernie will take care of it. $15 an hour ain't enough, they'll move it up to 20. Because what they want is total what? Control.
I left my calculator.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, let me see that. I got another one I don't know how to use. Can you show me?
Which one? What kind? Let me see.
I
What?
gotta bring it in there.
Oh, you gotta bring it. Yeah, I'll be sure
I
to.
don't know.
What is it? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. Bring it to class, and I'll show you how to work it, or we'll try.
It's the least thing you want.
And I've got it's Russian. I won't be able to.
It's Russian.
Is it? Okay.
It's Russian. I had to get it.
Since those Russians beat me up and threw me in that van, I don't speak to Russians. All right. So what do we do first? X times what? X times P of X. Times that, and I'm going to copy that down. And then I'm going to what? Control C, Control V. And I'm going to put mean is equal to, we'll highlight that, depending on where you're from. Amarillo, yellow. Now, I'm going to define the variance. So we've got to take x squared. That's going to be equal to this raised to the second power. Copy that down. And then this is going to be x squared times P of X. I did get to see a new Spider-Man movie on Fire Stick.
It
brother said it was
was.
really good.
It was pretty good, but remember, it had, what's his name in it? What's that guy's name?
What movie?
Mysterio? What's his name?
Oh.
It had him in it.
What movie?
New Spider.
What's the guy's name that played Mysterio?
Isn't that it, Ryan Gosling? I don't know. I don't know.
It's that guy that nobody likes. I don't like him. He's got that funny last name.
Probably Channing Tatum?
Y'all not up with the movies, are you?
No.
Well, I wouldn't either because they all suck. That's why.
They are.
Yeah. I didn't like it because he tried to fooled Spider-Man. I didn't like that. I like Spider-Man. This is the best Spider-Man.
It really he is.
It is.
I like him. What's his name?
Tom Holland.
Yeah, I like him.
Good.
I think it's a little bit. I like him.
What happened to
I like
Aunt May's.
Aunt Meg more than I like him.
Aunt May's got it.
Dang old Marissa Tomei is one of my favorites. Dang old Sandra Bullock, Marissa Tomei
Hey, Sandra Bullock's always.
equals.
I almost fell asleep.
It was kind of slow.
I didn't care for it.
On a scale from 1 to 10, I'd give it about a 4.
Yeah.
Guys,
I wouldn't pay to see it. That's why I love my Fire Stick. I wouldn't pay to see it.
Fire Stick legal?
I don't think it is, especially when when they speak in Russian and the subtitles are in Chinese. I don't think they're legal.
Yeah.
it's only illegal if you get caught.
Yeah. And I'll just say Russian gave it to me when he beat me up and threw me in the van.
Just came out.
Yeah. No, they beat me up, threw me in the van, and gave me this Fire Stick.
It's not bad at all.
Yep. All right, so here we go. We add that up. Control C, Control V, and that is our what? Variance. And I'm just going to color that Verde. And now I'm going to do standard deviation. And that's going to be equal to this, raised to the 0.5 power. And we're going to color that dang old aqua. And that's all I care about right there. Now, of course, all the other ones. Now, they're going to ask you how many is 1. You'd say 0.579 or round decimally. And then here they're going to say 2 or more. So let's add those up. Watch this and I'll show you. You remember me showing you the summation? I'm just going to go down here right there. I'm going to hit summation. And I'm just going to add the 4 right there. Okay, so write that number down because that's the number they're going to ask for. So what is it? At least 2? At least 2 means 2 or what? More. Okay? So write all those numbers down if you haven't because we're going to come back to it. Okay, so this is all of the probabilities are between 0, this is so useless, 1, and the sum of the probability is 1. And it's probably going to be B, it's because the last one, yeah, is heavy on the left side. So the distribution is, would you say, one mode? We're going to have to look that one up. And skewed right. And what was the mean? 1 decimal point. 0.9. Where does it say just round? It don't say round to the 1 decimal point.
0.931.
0.931. I guess you're supposed to guess. I guess you're just supposed to take a swag. Y'all know what a swag is, right? Huh? Swag. It's like a henway. A henway. Yeah. About 2 or 3 pounds. A swag is a simple wild ass guess. Y'all never heard of a swag? Okay, I guess I'm old as dirt. I guess the marine thing, I guess that's, okay. Which one is it? Somebody tell me, is it if any or many? Which one do we say it was?
Many.
If many, yeah. And once you get your law degree, you'll understand that. And what was our standard deviation?
1.192.
1.2, because it's asking, now it's asking for, so it's musical rounding. Now what is 1.2? Is 1.2 going to be 2 marriages or 1 marriage? 1. So, okay, we got it. You sure it's not? Let me look it up, because sometimes y'all break an anvil with a banana. 1.19. Oh, we didn't subtract. Y'all made me, we didn't subtract. We didn't subtract what? Minus this what? Squared. Y'all didn't even check it. There we go. So variance, standard deviation is 0.7. Well, actually, you could make an argument that it's 0.8. But I'm going to say 0.7. So again, I forgot to do mu squared. Okay. Involved in 2 marriages, 0.57 or 0.119. At least 2. What do we say that was?
You do 2 and everything else.
What was it? Point what? So we good on that? That's a good test question. And the reason I would put this on the test from 6.1 is because it's got everything in 6.1. It's got everything. You got a question?
0.5562.
Everybody good? Oconee, you good?
I mean, sure.
Okay. What? Did you say I'm not sure or sure?
I said sure with hesitation.
Okay. You want to do one more, or you want to wait and see what the next question says?
I'm a little unsure about how, because like I'm looking at the formulas and stuff, and I'm not sure what's supposed to go where in relation to the formulas for like the mean and the standard deviation and stuff like that. Like I'm not understanding how you're getting these numbers.
Okay. Okay, I thought I put, did I give y'all the, I did give y'all the formulas, didn't I?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't understand the formulas.
Okay, hold on just a second, and I'll do that. Let me see, what question was that one? Somebody tell me what number that was. Was that number 6?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
6.
complete that one. 7 will probably be the same way. I hope. Of course, no, of course it's not. Okay, let's go ahead and let me go back to that one. And instead of going and looking forever, darn. Is this the same question? It's the same question, isn't it?
Yes.
I want to go through, and the reason I want to pull the same question up, instead of going to look for it, I want to see if the question help will have the formulas, so I don't have to write them. So 0, 1, sum is equal to 1. Check answer, yes. And it's going to be B. No, it's going to be C. And check answer, yes. And it is one mode, and it is skewed right. Next. There we go. Now hit that and view an example. Okay, it goes to the whole thing. I thought it just goes from. Okay, there's the first formula, x times p of x. All right, and of course I can't blow it up, but do you have that in your notebook? The mean is equal to the summation of x times p of x.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay, and for those of y'all, there is x times p of x right there. So I took these and multiplied them and then added them up. And when I add them up, that is your mean. Okay, now let's go back to help me solve this. What was the answer? Point what? I'm going to answer, well, I'm just going to keep going. Okay, blah, 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 they do it laterally, I do it vertically. Okay, laterally kind of makes things complex, so I do it vertically. Let's get to there it is right there. And they use the formula that I use. Remember, there was two formulas, and I told you which one to use. There it is. What page is that on? Does anybody have it?
303.
303. And I told you to use, I think it's the second one. It's the one that has mu squared on the right. Okay, so the standard deviation is the square root of the variance, and the variance is what's under the radical. So the summation of x squared times p of x minus mu squared. And of course, mu is your mean. So what I do is I take my spreadsheet, and in this problem, I'm trying to do this, hold on. Move this over. It's not going to move. Okay, there we go. And pull this up, and right there. And I'm going to move this over. I'm not going to be able to get it. Okay, there we go. All right, if you'll look over here, you see x squared times p of x. So what I did is I took x squared, and I squared it. I took x, and I squared it. And then I took x squared times p of x. So this column right here, and I'm going to color it that burnt orange. That burnt orange right there, that column right there, is this part right here that says x squared times p of x. Everybody see that? Now I've got to sum it up. So I go down here, and I summed it up, and that's your variance. Well, that's not your variance. The variance is you add up all the burnt orange, and then you subtract 0.931 squared. And that's your variance. The variance is what's under the radical. And then I take the square root of the variance, and that gives me your standard deviation. Do you have that formula in your notes? It's the summation of x squared times p of x minus mu squared.
I have something different.
Yeah, you wrote it out of the book, or you wrote it out of, remember I told you to do the second one. Hold on a minute, and I'll write it on the board so you'll have it. Remember, and this is on page 303. Is that what y'all said? The mean is equal to the summation of x times p of x. This is the event, and this is the probability of the event. And you add them up. And the variance is equal to the summation of x squared times p of x minus mu squared. And then, of course, the standard deviation equals the square root of the what? Now, I could put the square root of VAR, or I could put the square root of all this. You decide what you want. But that is what you need for these two questions. Does that help?
Hopefully.
I hope so too. We'll do another, send me a question if you still need me to do it. All right, so that takes care of that. Go back to 120. And this is number 7. I think we were starting to do number 7. The graph of the discrete probability to the right represents the number of live births for a mother 43 years old who had a live birth in 2015. Complete parts A through D. What is the probability that a randomly selected blah, 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 had her 4th live birth? What is it? Let me blow it up for you. What is it? Point what? 0.112. What is the probability that a randomly blah, 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 blah had her 4th or 5th? What does the word or mean? Add. So what are you going to do? You're going to add 4 and 5. So what's 11 cent and 11 cent? 22 cents. So somebody add those two and tell me what you get. 0.2 what?
18.
What is the problem? Blah, 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 blah. Had her 6th or more. Whew. Shut up, Hubert. 6th or more. Person must, let's see, where do they have a bunch of kids at Utah? Where do they have a bunch of kids? Whew. All right, so we got 3 cent, 4 cent, that's 7 cent, and 13 cents. Somebody give it to me. What is it? Point what? Okay, I must have added something wrong.
6, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
Point 1, 2, 3.
Point what?
1, 2, 3.
Point 1, 2, 3.
Yes, sir.
What did I say? Thought I said 12 cent, didn't I?
I thought you said, ended up with 20, 13, 7, 13, 7.
Okay.
3
Like
points
in
and
an
13.
integer.
0.029, 0.037, 0.057. That's 3 cent, that's 4 cent, that's 7 cent, and 6 cent is 13 cent. So it should be around 13 cent. It's 12. So that's close. It should be 0.123. Is that what you got?
This stuff is hard when you're at home by yourself.
That's why you send me the question.
That's why I said
All night.
That's why you send me, you don't spend time on it, you send me the question. I don't know why y'all want to be all, I'm not going to send you the question. All right, what is this? Exactly. And I'm going to be in there with the closet with those people in the library sending y'all emails because I ain't going to have a job because y'all don't send me no questions. Y'all know who makes the best administrators, right? Teachers that don't know how to teach. They quit and go into administration. I couldn't handle it. How many live births would you expect the mother to, what? If a 43, okay, I'm missing this one. If a 40 to 43-year-old mother who had a live birth in 2015 is randomly selected, how many births would you expect the mother to have had? Oh, the average. That's what they're asking for, the average. So I guess we need to find the average right quick. I think that's what they're asking for. So let's do the average. So somebody take 0 times 0 plus 1 times 0.237 plus, well, forget it, I'll do it. I don't want y'all breaking the envelope with that because we've got to write down an answer. Anytime they want expected, expected is a 25-cent word for what? Average. That's what I think. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, 1. All right. 0, 0.237, 0.256, 0.166, is that 166? 0.112, 0.106, .029, .037, and .057. Now I'm going to skip a step here, and I'm just going to go ahead and do x times p of x, since my column is right there, x times p of x. So equals this times this, and I'm going to copy that down. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to add it up. So what's my mean? 3.114, which that means how many births? 3. So you're going to go back here and you're going to say 3. And they're going to want it in one decimal place. What was it? 3 point what? See, that's what gets me. They tell you to round to the whole number, and then when they ask you a practical application, they tell you to round to a decimal. Yeah, there's 3.1 babies. Yeah. Is that it? Good test question. I like that one. Whoever sent it. I like that one. Why? Because you got to read a graph, and then you have to punch it in your what? Calculator. Oh my gosh. What a concept. That's a good question. So make sure you write that one down, test question.
So expected, when you see it, means average.
When you send me, I have people sending me 10, 15 questions every homework. Not y'all. Y'all too proud. Oh yeah, I'll just get this one wrong.
Not me, I'm sending.
I know. I'm not talking about the people that are sending them. I'm talking about the people that I'm on. Let's see, I'm on number 2. The test is tomorrow.
Why are you talking about
Yeah, exactly. Now you need to be offended because I'm talking about you, but I don't know I'm talking about you.
I'm not. I'm just
Yeah,
trying to figure out something like.
Just send me questions. All right, so here's another one. 8 and 10. 8. Suppose a life insurance company sells $230,000 one-year term life insurance to a 20-year-old female for $260. This is where you have to make a table. I think I showed you one of these. I might not have. I can't remember. The probability that a female survives a year is 0.999645. What would be a male? Less. Why? You ever seen those videos on YouTube? People doing stupid stuff. How many times you see females doing it? Never. Because men are stupid. Okay? And I'll be the first one to tell you. So that's going to be a high number because that means that the probability of a woman living is going to be much higher than a man. Okay? Compute and determine the expected value of this policy. Well, let me ask you a question. If I give the insurance company $260, am I out $260 or they put $260 in my pocket?
You're out.
Okay, so that's out. This is in respect to the insurance company. So the insurance company receives $260, right? If I live for the whole year, they get $260. Everybody with me? What if I die?
Then they're out.
Then they're out, so it's going to be a negative 229,840. Somebody subtract it. You got to find the complement. So you got to do a table. Now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to draw it. I'm just going to show you because I'm being lazy today. You got to draw a table. There it is. And now that I've shown you why, the table is right there. So write that down. There's 2 events happening here. One is I survive the year. The other alternative is the alternative to dying. I mean living, which is dead, dying. I hope that's not too sensitive to some of you buttercups, okay? But the opposite of living is dying. The opposite of alive is dead. So, please quit distracting. Please sit down. Now, what is the event? What if the event to survive? What's the probability of that event? It's 0.99, probably 9999, whatever.
One message coming in on secured channel.
That is my daughter. She went and had her cats done, and she's about to drive me crazy. After class. Okay, now multiply those two together and you can find your mean and your standard deviation. But they're going to want to know as far as the money goes, because the question says, what is the expected value for the insurance company? Are they going to gain money or lose money? Well, some of y'all might think, remember the Shaq versus LBJ question? And I said, well, anybody with teeth in their head would know that Shaq is taller. Well, that's not the question. It said relatively taller. This one is asking for the expected value. Now, if I ask you, you going to lose money if somebody dies? Yeah. But what if they don't die? Does the insurance company make money? Yes. So the expected value is how much are they actually making off this policy? Okay? So you got to put the numbers in there next. Well, what goes with survives? Survives, I told you a while ago. If we're going to use Miss Blackman or somebody, Jada or a girl, it's a girl. If Jada lives, then she's out $230. But the insurance company is what? Gaining $230. You with me? Or how much was it? How much was the payment? $260. Okay? She's paid $260. But this is the insurance company's view, so that number is going to be a positive. But if Jada hits a tree and dies, then what?
They're out.
They're out 200 and whatever. Somebody find 230 minus 260. 230,000 minus 260. I said
229,000.
740.
Yeah.
Okay, write that number down because we're going to need that in just a minute. So how are you going to do that? Well, that's what we're fixing to show you. And there it is. They're taking the 150. She paid 150 here. There it is. Okay. And you're going to multiply that by. No, they're doing it. There it is. There's what I'm looking for. Okay. So the event now is not. You can't multiply live and die. Okay. Let's multiply live times 0.9999. You can't do that. So you got. Remember, we had to get a midpoint with the classes. So now you got to put an event, you got to put a number with live and die. So the company receives $150 if Jada lives. If Jada dies, they're out, and that's where that negative comes in. Now you multiply this times this plus this times this. And that's what they're doing. X times P of X, and then what are you going to do to these two guys? They add them up. And the insurance company basically has an expected value of $72. So what they do is they say, they get all these, that's why insurance company, what do they live off of? Volume. That's why if you talk to an insurance company representative, first thing they're going to do is try to sell you a policy, and then what are they going to ask you after that?
You got somebody else that needs it.
You got somebody else? You got somebody else? You got a sister? You got a brother? Okay? If they get all of those, you're talking, okay, let's be serious here. Let's talk about an office in Anderson. They might get 1,000 customers every 6 months. 1,000 times 72 is $72,000. Now, what are they doing with that money? They're not putting it in a safety deposit box. What are they doing with it?
Paying out on policy.
They're doing the same thing the bank's doing with your money in a savings account or a CD. They're investing it. Not investing it in Billy Bob's barbecue. but investing it in safeguard stocks like Vanguard and these mutual funds and things like that. Okay? So that's what they're doing. Because you think that $72 is going to pay your $119,000 policy? No. They invest that money. Basically, an insurance policy is nothing but a what? 401k, pretty much. So that's how you do it. So for 1 year, they expected value of $72. Now, do this problem. Same setup. Except now, you only, instead of having 6 events, you only got 2 events. One, you live. The other, you die. So let's take our handy dandy straight line maker. And we're going to put the event right here, which is X. And then this is going to be P of X. Don't say nothing. Unless you can write with a mouse, don't say a word. Okay? So I'm going to put live and dead. Okay, now I want you to do the rest. Now I've already put the 2 events there. Now you can't calculate live and you can't calculate die. So you got to figure out what number goes with live and which number goes with die. I tell my mother, my son, and my daughter that I have class pretty much from 12 to 5. My mother, I give her a little leeway. She's like 80, 100 years old. And plus, I can't get mad at my mother. Oh, did y'all see the dude at the... Okay, y'all see the dude at the Disney World? Y'all ain't seen the video? Do y'all watch, like, the news at all?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't see the guy go off on all them... Well, you need to watch it. But he has issues. How do you know he has issues, Hubert? Because every person he hit was a what? Female. Something happened between a family or 2 families or whatever. And this guy wasn't no small, wormy guy. He was pretty big. And he hit like 4 or 5 women.
Did you see the one that came through TSA and Phoenix and just started swinging on the guard? And then the one that came through Detroit Metro, butt naked. Go ahead, who you butt?
Is it butt naked or butt naked?
Butt.
It's buck. Buck is older than butt naked. I looked it up. You can Google it. They both exist. Butt, B-U-T-T, naked, and buck naked. Buck naked is older because I think they mean, naked as a buck,
So
deer.
what's bucket naked?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess somebody that stutters. I don't know. Is stutters, is that not political? Is that not political?
That's not political.
You can still say stutter, can't you?
Honey,
Okay, what do you say instead of stutter?
speech impediment.
Speech impediment. I thought that was when you.
correct.
I thought that was like. I thought that was a speech impediment.
So why do you do it?
I don't know. It was just on Facebook yesterday, in the news yesterday. So I don't know. They may be trying to figure it out. But when a man beats up nothing but women in a crowd of people,
Yes, it does.
there's issues there more than the fight. Dang old. I didn't see if he had any hair. He was a pretty tall fella, so that narrows it down to 2 things. One of them's hair. I ain't going to say the other one. But anyway. All right, so we got, where's the probability if she lives? 0.999645. So 999,645. Somebody give me the complement of 0.999645. 0.000355. And if she lives in respects to the insurance company, they get $260. If in respects to the insurance company, if she dies, they pan out what? Give me that number. What?
229,740.
Okay, so this is the same thing that we had before, only we had 6 events. We only have, don't sneeze in class. We only have 2 events. So, we got to have a column over here called what? X times what? All right, do it, and then add them up, and that should be your average. It's a good test question. You got 3 good test questions today for 6.1. Show y'all a trick of learning more. Somebody give me the total for the first part.
259.9077.
259 point what? 9077. And then what's the second one?
Work email.
What is negative 229,740 times 0.000355?
Negative 81.5577.
Add those 2 together and tell me what you get. Let's see what the answer is. The insurance company expect to make an average of 178.35. See, all you're finding is the mean. How do you know that? Anytime you see the word average or you see expected, because basically the average is expected. Capiche? That's a good problem. Now you need to try it, at home. And what do you do if you can't do it? You fuss and you gripe and call Hubert names, but you don't send it to me. Don't send it to me. Good. All right, that's 8. Number 10. Still feel like I'm doing 6.1 homework for you. Oh, we might as well quit on this one. Why? Too long. Yeah, might as well quit. I have no idea. Is this A through F or A through Z? A through C. That's good. For a multi-state lottery, the following probabilities distribute blah, blah, blah. Complete parts A through C, blah, blah, blah. Find and interpret the expected. What is expected? Average. So knock yourself out. Let's take this over to the spreadsheet. Therefore, you can see it, especially Oconee, you can see it. And let's make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to go ahead, I know they're going to ask you for the standard deviation probably, or they're going to say, what is the probability of winning with 1,000 tickets, or something like that. They're going to ask you something like that. I can't find what I'm looking for. Here we go. There you go. And let's center them because that drives me nuts. And there was something else I wanted to make them bigger. There we go. let's do right click. One of these days I'm gonna get training on this stuff. Number, let's take it to 10 decimal. No, yeah, 10's enough. I want you to do everything. I want you to give me the mean and the standard deviation of these guys. Mean, variance, and standard deviation. See, that's what gets me. I just got an email. They want to train us on this. They want to train us on everything except for technology. You know why that is? Because they don't know how to do technology. Training on making posters for the classroom. We had training on that. Sorry. So, what did we do first? X times what?
Yeah.
So you are starting to feel better about yourself already. So you won't put too much makeup on or wear sunglasses inside, right? Dang old Oompa Loompa. Orange face and a white neck. Oh, you can spot them a mile away, guys. When you see them, run. Run as fast as you can. Because if you make them mad, they will take a bat to your headlights. Because they are cray-cray. Never. No, I never did get into the Barbies. Sorry. I had cray-crays, but I never did get into the Barbies. The ones that, okay, I'll be ready in an hour. Okay. Hour? Takes you an hour to put your face on? No, just the face. I'm not talking about the clothes. What? Yeah, I mean, you're just going swimming. No, I'm a Mary Ann guy. You know, there was a study done a long time ago. Do you know what I'm talking about? Mary Ann versus Ginger? Yeah. There was a study done, a psychological study. The guys were asked, Mary Ann or Ginger? And they did a bunch of guys, like millions. And they had the following of it. There was so many that Ginger, so I mean, you have to look it up. I'll shut up. Yeah, y'all settle down. What? You have to read it. I can't remember. The superficial, a lot of superficiality. They're worried about how they look. They're worried about having a trophy wife versus having, you know, a wife, that type, or a trophy girlfriend, or.
I think a lot of guys like Ellie Mae.
Yeah, Ella Mae and Mary Ann about the same, you know. Ella Mae will be rear end if you got out of line. don't know if Mary Ann could whoop you like, I believe Ellie Mae could whoop Mary Ann's rear end, but she used to beat up on poor old Jethro. That's what my nickname was in high school. Jethro. Go figure.
Like a tank.
Yeah. That's a compliment. All right. So what do we do next? X squared. So x squared. And that's going to be equal to this guy raised to the second power. And we're going to copy those down. And this is where you're supposed to go, oh, I don't know what that means. You're in college and you don't know what that means. Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. All right, so variance, we're going to add that up. So I'm going to color this green because that's important. And then over here, I'm not going to color that because that's the number we got to use in a computation. So I'm not going to color it. Okay, so I'm going to go down here and I'm going to put variance equals, we're going to take this number and subtract what? The mean raised to the what? Thank you for the interaction. I appreciate one person. I appreciate your interaction. The rest of y'all suck. Variance, and then what is the standard deviation? Yeah, again, I'm asking for interaction. Raised to the what? 0.5 power. Thank you for the interaction. Now, of course, the variance is useless, but what is the standard deviation? Dang old 1 million, no. 14 million, 1,432. So we got a mean of 0.3. Okay, so you ain't got a chance in Hades with a mean. That's right around here. What is 0.28? That's right in there, right between those two right there, pretty much. 0.3 is right in there. So you've got a very slim chance, which we already talked about that with the factorials. But anyway, I don't know what did they say? What is the probability of winning with 7 tickets? What would you say? 0.005. What if I said 7 tickets or below?
I don't know.
Add these 4 right here up. Okay? So I have no idea what they're going to ask, but please write these down. Please write the mean and standard deviation down to 4. Write the mean to 4 digits for me, and write the standard deviation down to a whole number. 14,001,432. Write that down for me. Let's go back to the question. What? Do you answer yourself? Okay, round to the nearest cent. Point what? What is the mean? Point what? 0.28 is 0.3. I don't know if they want 0.3. Is it 0.28?
0.28.
Yeah, 0.3 would be the nearest cent, or 0.28. No, they want to the nearest 0.28 or 0.29. Which one is it? 0.28 or 0.29? Or 0.29? Now what they're going to ask, is that it? No, A through C. What is the correct interpretation of the expected cash prize? On average, you will profit 0.29 per ticket. You will win 0.29 on every lottery ticket. On average, you will win I'd say on average would be the question. So you will profit. I would say win, because you don't know how much you actually put in, so you won't know the profit. Profit, you have to know more information. And what does the last one say? The expected profit from 1 ticket would be $1.29 or 0.29 cent probably. I don't know what they're asking there. Let me see what they're asking. Oh gosh, we've got to, from one ticket, the expected profit, that'd be like the insurance question. Oh, we got to do all that. Let's see. Let me see if they go. Let me see what question. Yep. Yep, that's what they did. Oh Lord. They did the same thing with the insurance company. You either win or lose with one ticket. Okay, one ticket. Well, they don't have one ticket. Let's see. $1 ticket. Cash prize, $1 ticket. They're going to have to, hold on a second. Oh, this, okay. It's the complement, I'm sorry. The complement is 0.71, negative 0.71. Why is the expected profit going to be negative? Because there ain't no way in the heck you're going to win. You're just playing for fun. You're not playing to actually think you're going to win. Okay? There's a difference. Okay? If you go out and buy 500 tickets thinking, oh gosh, if I buy 500 tickets, I'm going to win, you're an idiot. Okay? If you see somebody buy 500 tickets, who's smarter? Buying 5 tickets or buying 500? 5. Okay? Because you got the same chance of winning. So this negative means you're going to lose money probably. Okay? And what is the, well, this is to the nearest, how much would the grand prize be, so expected profit? Okay, you're going to multiply that by the grand prize, so I'm not worried about that. This is the complement of 0.29, and it's negative because you're pretty much going to, your expected profit is going to be negative. Okay? To the nearest million, how much grand prize so that expected profit? And that's where you're going to be multiplying by the, let me show you, you're going to multiply just like we did in the insurance. You're going to multiply the negative 0.71 and the 0.29. I'm trying to find it. There it is. That's a lot. That's the mean. Is that the mean? Where's? Okay. I don't want you to do this, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Yeah, we'll do this one. Hold on a second.
This one won't be on the test bill.
No, this part right here won't. Because it's a lot of number crunching. Hold on just a second. Now I'm looking. They've got it laterally, and that messes me up. Okay, we've got G 200,000 times 200,000. Yeah, they're multiplying each one. .617. That's X. Plus 200 plus blah, blah, blah. That's what they're doing. Times 0 times -1. So, and that's coming out to 128,070,000. That's what they're figuring. What's the grand prize? I'm trying to think of a way to show you this. Okay, let's go to the spreadsheet. All right, make sure you write this down. Okay. Okay, I can't work in this environment if you're going to go off. Okay. Now, the grand prize they're asking for says to the nearest million, how much should the grand prize be so that you can expect a profit? That's the question right there. Here's the grand prize right there. Okay, there's the grand prize right here. And See, they've got this probability right here. So you're going to put an X in for that grand prize. Everybody with me? You're going to put an X in. All right? Now, why do they have... Okay, that's how many tickets you're buying, okay? So we're going to change that to an X. Okay? And we're going to put that over here like that. And you're going to do all of this multiplication. Okay? So this plus this plus this plus this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put in, I'm going to make this extra big. And I'm going to put equals, and it's not going to do it, times, I know it's not going to do it, but I'm going to try it anyway. Yep, it's not going to do it. But what I can do,
But that's not times, that's a raise sign.
well, it's still not going to do it. Because it's looking, when I put that equals in there, I take the equals out, and I put times, I'm going to put an X, and then I'm going to put X right there. No, it's not going to do it. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. No, I can't do that either. Let me just write it out. How many zeros would be 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 2, 9. You with me? And X. Does everybody understand where I got that? And then we're going to add it to this. Equals this times this. And we'll copy each one of those down.
You got the 9 zeros
From the exponential note, yeah, from the scientific notation. And then we're going to minus 1. Okay, so I need you to take 0.00. We need to make an equation out of this. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to make an equation. I'm going to draw it on the board. And you need to write it down. They just did it laterally and I'm doing it vertically. Because it makes better sense because you're used to doing this. So I'm going to take 0.00000000. I think that's 629x plus 0.064 plus 0.01757 ... minus 1. I think that's what they're doing. Or you can just add all 4 of these up. Add all 4 of those up. And that's what they're doing in that last step. So I'm going to add them up for you. So we're going to take our handy dandy. Give me a second. I'm going to go right here and I'm just going to say equals, and I'm going to add, hold on. Okay, I'm going to add these 4 up. Okay, that's going to be that number. So we've got 0.00629x plus 0.31, and see what they're doing. I'm going to show you that question again. Okay, that's what they're doing right here. See the x plus blah, 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 blah. So mu minus 1 is equal to this plus, you see that right there? So they're setting up an equation right here. See that equation? Yes or no? Y'all see it?
Yes.
Okay. The next step is when they actually do the math. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of algebra here. I'm not going to write all those zeros and all that. That's why I'm doing it. Let me erase this right here. And they're subtracting equals 0.7. So mu minus 1 is equal to G plus, I'm looking to see what they're doing because they've got, it's setting it equal to 0. There we go. Setting it equal to 0. So that's what we got to do. So let's go and see what they get. I'm going to just move this over. Y'all took me by surprise on this one. Let me get my question right here. Is that it? So we're going to take this number right here and set equal to 0, equal to 0. I'm trying to do algebra on a spreadsheet. Equal to 0. All right? And that's what the equation is going to look like. And it's going to be a very big number because you're going to be dividing, you're going to be taking this number and dividing it by this number. Somebody take 0.135575 and divide it by, how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 629. Somebody tell me what number you get.
How many zeros do you say?
8 zeros, 629. It's going to be a big number.
I'm not turning the calculator on.
0.135575 divided by 0.80629. What do you get?
21,554.
2155 what?
40.
Okay, start over.
All right, so 21,554.05.
So what does that come out to be? 21,554,054. All right, now I want you to write that down. I take it too. I just take the 1 million off of 21. I'd blow all that. I'd have brand new tractors and brand new bulldozers and brand new trucks. All right, so write that down. 0.000069. That comes from right there. That's buying 140,000 tickets or whatever. At that probability that we got from adding all of these up, all of these right here, I'm sorry, adding those up, or is all of these? That's so put your plus symbol right here. I'm trying to do two things at one time. Y'all bear with me a second. All right, put a plus symbol right there. And that's going to be point blah, 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 x plus point blah, 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 blah equals 0. And solve that. And I'm just going to show you right quick, for those of you that have forgotten your pre-algebra, which you should not have, but so point 0.00000000629x plus 0.135575 is equal to 0. How do you get rid of plus 13 cents? You subtract 13 cents. 1355575 minus 0.135575, and that's going to give you a negative. And then divide, that's going to be 0.00000000. Now you see why, 629, this is not important. Negative 0.135575, and then divide by 0.00000000629. Divide by 0.00000000629, and x is going to be equal to, what did you say, 215 million? Okay, 21,554,054. Okay, I'm not gonna spend any more time on that one, mainly because it's not, the first three parts of the question is good. And we'll go over another one of these, when y'all send it to me. Okay, next class. I wanna get that last homework question done. I think there's one more.
Facebook comments.
Where is it? 120. I think there was one more. I think it's right here. This is number 10. Same question, or is it different?
It's the same.
Okay, those were the same questions sent by two different people. Okay, well, we'll just do this one. I just care about the first two. So go ahead and I'm going to take this one and open in Excel. And there you go. And make it bigger for y'all. And all I care about is the first 2 or 3 things they asked for. And we'll do that. And I'm going to do the standard deviation and all. I'm going to do that. And we'll worry about the other next class. So let's make that bigger. There you go. Okay, so find the mean and the standard deviation. And that's for right now, as far as this class, that's all we need to worry about. And then the next class, I'll finish this question with the math and the algebra that we went over in the previous question. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, do that. X times P of X.
July 14th, or to juice
Sorry.
every single day. We're talking.
I hate when you click on something and it starts playing. It's a Russian conspiracy. Some of y'all females, I don't see how y'all do what y'all do on Facebook. I hear all the time. I'm very patient, but please don't send me pictures in my inbox if I don't know you. Yes, sir.
Is it good if I leave early? 'Cause
Go
I have to
ahead.
work.
Don't call me on Messenger if I don't know you.
Be calling you on Messenger and everything else.
I don't understand some of these guys. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I don't. They got the. And one guy tried to break in a friend of mine's house, and of course the guy's got cameras all over the place, and he just pulls up. He backs in. Now, what do you have on the back of your car?
Your license plate.
Your license plate. He backs in to the driveway. Okay. Then he walks around. Then he goes in the backyard. Gets good facial recognition, you know. So my friend puts his car, his license plate, and everything on Facebook, and of course some police officers or whatever they found out, you know, gave him. I don't know how he found out, but the license plate was a big thing, and pulled up his Facebook. This guy. How many of y'all went to West Side? How do you spell West Side? S-T-S-I-D-E, right? No, it's W-E-S-T space S-I-D-E space high space school. And he had a lot of other things on his Facebook.
How old was he online?
Oh my gosh, he probably did. He's about your age. I'll have to look him up. I'll show you after class.
My friend's dad owns Lakeside RV. I don't know if you know where that's at. It's around, I don't know where it's at, but it's on off 28 or somewhere. It's on the west side of town. And somebody came in last week. They he was drunk at night, I guess, and hit a camper or an RV, and they got his license plate and stuff, and he just was living at a friend's house, and the cops got his license plate and showed up, and so he got arrested for like a DUI, all this stuff,
And these are guys, these are winners, girls.
and
These are some winners.
one of my friends, because he said that, one of my friends was like, I mean, I would have at least taken my license plate off if I was on the run.
All right, we're gonna finish this one. Y'all already having convulsions, so we're gonna finish later. All right, y'all have a good one. I'm gonna stop the recording, and we'll finish this problem tomorrow, or what time, Thursday?
Thursday.